beginning, you know, how I handled myself when. So I don't come from an acting tradition, and I don't. There was no example for me to follow, and I just went at it. I was very, very ambitious, and very strong-willed, and I'm surprised that I was. I'm really, really surprised. So that I'm proud of. Oh, there's loads of films that I've done that I'm not proud of. Check them out. Yeah, there's lots of that, you know. Well, we've done 2 films now together. I'd love to work with him again. But what he did, he was by moving to the States and doing an American accent in a film, you know, and getting, you know, people started to look around at the English actors and say, what about him? What about that guy? I mean, you know, we can change the way they speak, or they can. And so he was a part of he was the bridge that you know, between England and America for me, and he really helped in getting me over there, to be honest. That's just Tim. Planet of the Apes is Tim, and he's one of the most creative and strange minds, and you always just want to be around him. I'd do film after film if I could with him. But yeah, he's one of those people who just want to be around him. He's incredibly fun to be with. Well, he's just a mate. He's my mate. He's not. We don't see enough of each other. That's what I suppose. But I've been talking to him a lot recently, and so we're just laughing and catching up and talking about what he's working on and so on. So Quentin's a force to be reckoned with. I think a good one. They work sometimes, and sometimes they don't. And my deal with remakes is if I do them, I don't mind them at all. If I do them, I don't want to see the original. That's the best way for me to go. So I don't know what I'm being compared with, and that works.
Even on Funny Games?
Funny Games, I saw. I think that I saw because I didn't want to do the movie. And when I saw it, I thought we could make a better version of it, which is going to piss a lot of people off. But only because I thought it was so cold. It had no heart. It had absolutely no humanity whatsoever. And I didn't care about the family. And I thought if he's going to do this again, then maybe what we can inject into it is some real humanity and some real feeling. Which was a battle. But I think we probably achieved it. I've never seen it, but I think we probably got some of that in there, yeah, which I thought was important. Simon I actually called myself Simon for quite some time. When I was at school, I would be Timothy, and then I would just change it. No, my name's Simon when I go to a new school, and so I'd see what it was like, try it out for size. And Smith, was my dad's original name, but he changed that after the war and took the name Roth. Oh, I don't know if I'm done with him or not. But I did over a period just try and have one arm that was a diary of various little things, but it's. I think well they are actually on the Abomination, but you'll probably only see them on the DVD, freeze frame them, but they put them on him. Employment, absolutely grateful to them. Employed me, gave me a really wild and crazy ride for a very long time. So I'm fine with that. USA, not so happy with where they are right now. Hopefully they'll change. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Did you release the?
I know. I did it. It's a friend, David Leland, who directed it. He was the writer of Made in Britain. So I owe him such a huge kind of hug. And so he asked me if I'd be in his film. I said, sure. And there it is. That's alright, it's probably great for kids. Good kids movie, maybe. But it was great. I mean, I was really thrilled to work with him. He's odd. He's an odd fella, and he let me improvise. He let me play around with his lines. He made me laugh, and he engaged with me. He connected with me for some reason. A lot of actors have trouble with him, because he can be quite removed from them. but I found him to be really warm and very interesting and funny man. I'd like to work with him again, actually.
Rumors about Inglourious Bastards.
Yep, that's exciting. No comment. And I'm going to go off and do a TV show as well. I'm going to try that out for size and see how it goes. Because keep mixing it up is the only way to go, really. And television's changed in America. It's becoming a lot more interesting. So I'm going to give that a go. It's a great character. And then and make films as well. So I get to do both. And I also want to do some theatre. But there's lots of exciting stuff on the horizon right now. Oh, that! Blimey, 7 months in Romania. Which, by the way, I really, really liked. I really liked Bucharest. A lot. Well, a film that I didn't quite understand, but is intriguing. A very, very difficult film with regards to homework. The craziness of Francis, which is always good to be around. But I think I was just making a film about how Francis feels about being old and what he thinks about film and how he's starting his life all over again in a very experimental and strange way. And I think it's a film that people will come back to, actually. It's an interesting film. Well, I'm coming back to that. I'm going to go back to directing, but I'm waiting until my kids are a little older before I go, because it takes a lot of time away from home to direct a film. I don't want to do that at the moment. There's too much going on at the home, which is why I'm doing TV as well. Part of the reason I'm doing TV, because I get to go home at night. Yay! So, yeah, I have 2 films at the moment, 2 scripted, and I'll get onto them. And some other interesting stuff that's cropping up, and I maybe direct some theatre too. I'd like, because that actually I could do. It's quicker, it's more intensive, it's quicker, and then I can be home. So that's that.